up here for a few minutes and I realized I need a mask on. So I've gone and gotten a mask. And the thing I have noticed immediately upon using the sander is how much faster it is. Definitely worth the effort to get the sander out and do this. I mean, this is going to make all the difference in the world in terms of how fast this gets done and how efficiently. So now let me get things set up here and we'll get started.
key.
This is the midwinter check on my Honda.
Also known as dented.
Okay. All right, good to go.
Okay, let me see. We're gonna want to make sure we get this thing start. It's right there.
Right. Okay.
I'll go show you this.
I'll do it. You want me to do it?
Hold up. Up. Pretty far up right there. Not bad for something set for how long?
2 years. 2 years. Love it.
Well, things warm up. You got rid of the gas in here now.
Yeah. You just let it go.
One throw, two throw, man.
Yeah. Sure. Are you gonna let it run right down?
Again. Get some water out. Water level keep it in.
Okay, so it is 2:45 in the afternoon. Got a lot accomplished this morning before my brother came over. But then one of the major things that I wanted to get accomplished on this trip got done. He came over equipped with gas and so forth. My motor, my amazing 5-horse, 4-stroke little Honda motor, which is practically brand new, is what I bought from my brother back when he switched over and bought himself a big old motor cruiser. And I prize it highly. It is the motor that I used when I did my solo. And honestly, I could not imagine going in between the jetties, going into Wacoit without using it. That would have been very dangerous because you got rocks on both sides. You're just lining that entry into Wacoit. And so I really, I'm just so appreciative that my brother sold me that for a very reasonable price. In the meantime, what we did, because of this boat basically being up on the hard for 2 years here while I'm working and getting the foredeck done, that motor hadn't been started in 2 years. And I wanted to, as part of this trip, to be able to get that thing started and just see where we're at with it. And he came over, we put the gas in, pulled the choke, had to pull it 2 or 3 times because it takes a little bit to get things going. But after, I don't know how many strokes, it doesn't matter. The point is the motor actually started right up pretty easily and ran beautifully. Yeah, it's in great shape. It's, like I said, it's practically a brand new motor. And the cool part is that that the gas that he put in also has stable in it, which means that I'm not going to need to worry about it for the rest of the winter. It's good to go. We only put enough in just to get it started and run it for a little bit. So, all right. Well, that being said, I think we're all set to get back up on that foredeck and continue getting some work done. I'll say some more about that when we get further into it, but I'm telling you right now, made some serious progress this morning. I am so pleased and so excited. That's, who knows? We might get in the water this coming summer, or by fall anyway. So, all right, guys, I'm back up on the deck. We'll catch you later. Guys, I just want to show you what we've been doing this morning. There's a big difference between what's been done there, and that's a combination of both my sander and my sanding block. And it's not done, but it ain't bad, considering that it started out looking like this. Very clumpy, very bumpy, and little by little, we've started to get this thing looking pretty decent, pretty smooth. And I love how it's coming out over here just beyond the tow rails. That is just coming right out there so nice and smooth. And I also love it that I'd forgotten about it, but one of the last layers I did is I did chop strand mat, and but that chop strand mat is over the top of what do they call that stuff? The roving, some real heavy roving, and you can see it in some of these places here. So yeah, I mean, that deck ain't going nowhere. I love it. I love it. So guys, it's been a lot of work and a long time to get this done, but by the time we get done, it's going to be a really decent, solid deck, and I'm looking forward to it. Get over here. There we go. Good. Okay, that's better. put a new sanding disc in. This is all 60 grit. Come on, get out of there. There we go. Come on, get off of there. Close enough. Close enough. New disc. Let's see what we're doing here. All right, I guess you're still running, so let's go ahead and do some sanding. Get the mask back on. Now, all right, guys, I think we're going to shut this off for now because I need to make a couple adjustments on my ladder, etc., etc. So, we'll be back in a minute. Well, good evening from a bored little girl. It's a wrap up for day 2 on the Cape, and looks like we're only going to get about half of a day 3. Looks like there's going to be rain coming in by tomorrow night. So, or late tomorrow afternoon, whatever. So I'm going to try to finish up the foredeck in the morning. It's amazing how much I got done today. It ain't perfect, but I'll tell you what. Basically, I got so much sanding done that all I've got is the back. Let's see, the back port quarter in front of the cabin of the foredeck. That's all I've got left to do, and everything else has just really been, yeah. Listen, guys, I did not anticipate getting this much done on this trip. That was phenomenal. And basically, I just kept pushing all day. My brother came over, and I'm going to have a section in here about us getting my my marvelous little Honda motor started, and that came out just great. And it's nice to know that it's running after 2 years of being out of the water, not being used, and just sitting. It was nice to know that when we pulled that we had to pull it a few times because, I mean, keep in mind, it hadn't been run for 2 years. But finally on about, oh, I don't know, the 8th or 10th pull or something like that, and adjusting for the choke and all that kind of stuff, it was up and running and running perfectly. So that's a huge relief, and it's now put away in the shed for the rest of the winter. So, and with some stable in the gas, and it should be fine. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to go ahead and get try to get that back quarter of the foredeck done right on the porch side, just in front of the cabin. Try to get that finished, sanded out. Maybe do some hand sanding. Use that big old sanding block. That thing is phenomenal. It just does a wonderful job of leveling stuff that has already been sanded with a sander. So, matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do, I'm glad we were talking about this. I'm going to go grab that sanding block. It's tucked underneath the tarp, and change it out and put some brand new 60 grit sandpaper on it. I've got two last sheets of it in the house, and I've got my stapler. Oh, I got my stapler out here. Anyway, just thinking ahead, guys. I may sound like I'm confused. I'm not. I'm really putting the pieces together here. So, anyway, all right, guys, listen. Thanks for stopping aboard, little girl, tonight. We had fog overnight, and it was so humid, and everything's just a slop up there. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a bucket of water and a bucket and some rags, and see if I can't just clean up the deck the best I can and then cover it up. But guys, made a huge dent on this trip. That was phenomenal. All right, so we got it pretty much cleaned up. This over here is all done base sanding. In other words, all the sanding has been done, and some sanding board, but not enough. All that pretty much got done, and even up into the forepeak up here. But when you come back this way, this is the back quarter that I was talking about last night. I don't know if you can see. It's still got some lumps and bumps and little pockets and stuff like that. All that's got to get sanded out. I did get all along the front of the cabin. That's pretty smooth now. Still have a little bit left to do. That's all hand sanding when I get to that. And I did most of it. So anyway, guys, if you saw what this looked like when we got here, you would realize a lot of work has gotten done. You may not be able to tell because because it's fairing compound. You got highs and lows in different spots where the original the fiberglass is coming through, and then your fairing compound is filling in around it. So anyway, there's still a lot of work to do, but compared to when I got here, this has come a long way. So I'm feeling good about it. And we'll get to this next time. The problem is, it is just way too moist. There's just so much humidity in the air. It's ridiculous. It's still foggy. I don't know if you can see that. It's still foggy. Everything is damp. I mean, I got droplets of water. You can see it on the surface here, where it's just coming out of the air, dripping down off the branches and so forth. And so anyway, guys. Okay, I think that's it for now. I think we're going to do a little bit of finish cleanup, and then we're going to put the tarp back over this for now. And if we get any more time, we'll use the time. If we don't, then you know what? This will be it for the trip. So thanks for stopping by, Restoring Little Girl. We're going to move along here and see if we can't put the pieces back together.